Hello my darlings, welcome back or welcome to Marion K Tarot. This is going to be your week ahead reading for the 1st of September until the 7th of September. So wow, we are in the bear months, as some people call them. As you can see, I'm still decamped at my mum's while the ongoing situation is happening, but hopefully she is going to be getting home this week, so maybe next week I will be back in my usual location. Yeah, so that's me. So this week I have broken into my mum's good cards. So I am using her Retrospective Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Now I actually got this deck for Uncle Ciro at Starcon a couple of years ago, so I don't feel weird using them. I don't ever feel weird using my mum's cards at all. She doesn't mind, neither she does. So let's get stuck into this week. So we've got a big week this week. Astrologically speaking, it's pretty big. Saturn is going to be moving back into Pisces, so that familiar energy that we've felt for the last nearly 3 years, with Saturn being in Pisces, dismantling the kind of dream, if you like, that's what it's going to be like. We might find things getting a bit more restrictive when it comes to our imagination, when it comes to our psychic pursuits. It just for Pisces natives, it's the last gasp, it's the last hurrah, and anything that has been still niggling for the last 3 years, then this is a perfect opportunity to finally sweep everything out. So yeah, and then we have got a full moon in Pisces. That's next Monday, so we'll not talk about that. We'll talk about that in next week's video. It should be interesting. But as I say, let's see what else have we got going on. Well, we're properly in Virgo season now. Is anybody else feeling they need to clean everything in sight and reorganise? That'll be Virgo energy. So let's see. What have we got? Sorry about my voice, by the way. It's a bit bleh. I don't even know. Right, so let's see. What have we got for the week ahead, please? What cards have we got coming up? Feels good. Okay, so as you can see, I shuffled it right at really well. We've got a very fiery week as it happens. Card at the bottom of the deck is the 8 of coins, so that is Virgo energy. So that tracks Virgo energy being just being studious, just getting the work done. You know, that card often reminds me of a kind of a. It feels this particular image. It makes me think of the Hierophant. You know, it's weird. But anyway, that's just my thing. But that's our base energy. So we're working really hard this week, and we're going to be working hard because going with the cards. You know, it's a tough old week showing up. It always is when Saturn moves. You know, when Saturn moves back into Pisces. The cards we have got on the table is we have got the Page of Wands, we have got the 10 of Wands, and we've got the 9 of Wands. Okay, this was really well shuffled, as I say, this deck, but for whatever reason these 3 cards have came out together. Our Page is a messenger, right? So it feels to me like that energy of the really strong fire energy and the really strong message, because remember, pages are messengers. They deliver messages. They deliver the messages from whomever in the court, okay? And it feels to me like there is a message coming to you this week to say that, do you know what? You just need to keep on going. Okay, that feels like the overall message this week. yes, there is some tough stuff to get through. It might not always be what you're expecting it to be. Uranus is shifting about this week as well. There's some aspects to Uranus, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but certainly that trine that's going on, certainly the trine between Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus and Gemini, that's always shaking things up. Whenever Uranus is involved, expect the unexpected, essentially. And I feel like that's what that page is saying. It could be something wonderful. It doesn't mean to say it's going to be catastrophic or anything. It could be something great, but at the same time, just be prepared for, I think, the times that we're in right now in the world, it's prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That seems to be, I think certainly that's been my mantra over, certainly the last month, do you know what I mean? But further afield, you can only do what you can do, okay? Right, you can only do as much as you're physically capable of doing, or you've got the resources to do. And it's like, yeah, you could be carrying so much responsibility, so much pressure, so many things. But this week, it could be, if you don't recognise that fact, if you don't realise that you're doing all this really hard work, but if you don't recognise that's what you're doing and acknowledge that that's what you're doing, then it could lead to burnout. Okay, is what I'm saying. Especially, and I think that's a very potent phrase to use, burnout, because of the fire energy that we've got going on. It's an incredibly fiery spread of cards, But then we've got the 9 of Wands, okay? And it feels like, there's a definite story happening with these cards, right? Even though people will be like, oh, well, how can you have that? How can you have a 9 after the 10? And what does that mean? And blah, blah, blah. And how can you have the page before the 10? And, So, for me, what these cards are showing is, right, there's a real story here. And the story being, there is a message coming through for the page, okay, that you just need to keep on. You need to keep on going as much as you can. However, ask for help, okay? This guy here, he's got all these wands on his back and he's carrying them. Right, but he also needs to acknowledge the fact that it's just going to be for a wee while longer. But he can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. And then, you know what? He's going to get to the end of this path. He, they, she, whomever, you, right, me, Lucy, right, who is currently sleeping in her bed, and that's why she's not made an appearance. But as far as this week is concerned, whatever it is that's trying to weigh you down, whatever it is that's trying to, keep you oppressed, as much as possible, do not let it. Okay, enjoy the clearing of the process. Enjoy that process of clearing things away, and then also, but remember to rest. It's like the 9 of Wands here. It's the weary soldier. And you've battled so hard up to this point. So please take a rest. Okay, take it easy. Just put the wands down, put the tools down, and allow yourself to have that rest. Okay, my darlings. So as I say, big week. I just need to wait and see what happens. Like every week. But that's my message. It's just try your best to look after yourself as much as everybody else. I know I haven't got the monthly readings out. Things have just been chaos. I will endeavour to do something this week, whether it's just like the one video with loads of different, with all the 12 signs, just one after another, and I'll try and put timestamps on it so that you've got something for September, because I feel bad, you know, I hate letting you down, because you are so wonderful and you are so loyal, and I really appreciate you all. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get something. Right, okay, have a beautiful week, take care, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.